इतना देर करना है क्या?
I don't know. 1 hour they blocked. I don't have that kind of time. Can we finish in like 40 minutes? Come on, please, jaldi karo la. Tell Surbhi to hurry up.
15 मिनट.
Hey guys! Come. Yeah.
Hey, we are very excited. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You are entering the overthink tank.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Overthink Tank. I'm your host Surbhi, and today I'm joined by two really incredible people. And
you also.
Yeah, also me. Three incredible people.
Yes.
Please put your hands together for Rytasha Rathore and Rahul Subramanian.
You said hands too.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. That makes sense. But guys, welcome to the Overthink Tank. You know about this podcast.
Yes.
I will still tell you once again.
You must.
I must.
I'm an ardent fan.
I know you are. You subscribe to my channel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From 5 accounts.
So
I need
would
it.
you say you're friends with Surbhi then?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. And we have a question from one of our listeners. Do you want to listen to it?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a friend who talks way too much, mostly about himself. I would like to tell him the truth. What can I say that will solve this without souring our friendship? Please help me, the Overthink Tank. Have you had friendships like these where, it's not balanced, like, you never really get to talk about yourself and it's only about one person?
Yeah.
Have you?
This happened actually within our friend group. So one of our friends, yes, famous for like talking a lot about oneself, etc., etc. So then this was many years ago, and then at one point one of our other friends got really like pissed with that behavior because she was like, I just need you to listen to me sometimes. Totally fair. So they had a conversation about it and all. This was like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years, I don't know, many years ago. And then they stopped being that close and they kind of drifted apart.
Oh no, so the conversation didn't help.
It did, but in, later on, because when it happens, maybe the person who's brought that information to you saying you talk too much about yourself, I don't feel heard as a friend, I don't feel like you're really there for me and I'm always there for you. The person who hears that is a bit like, oh fuck. And then this person who's invested so much in a friendship is also a bit like, I don't want this anymore right now. So maybe naturally you always take that little bit of time apart. You can't always be working through everything when you're also doing 100 other things and trying to live your life and like make money and pay rent and whatever, so many things, no?
What about you, Rahul? You had friends who only talk about themselves?
All of us are exactly that way. So I think it works out.
It works out
really
perfectly.
well. And
But what if someone were to confront you about like, hey, Rahul, you haven't asked me much about my life.
fuck, okay, tell me.
Oh, really?
Okay, let's get on with it. All right, bata.
Bata, और क्या चल रहा है?
No, so yeah, I think this is a very sorry to say Gen Z problem.
It is.
True, because we are not evolved enough to break up with our friends and all.
What, really?
No, I wanted to say that Gen Z's they use the term friendship very loosely. For them, they meet someone twice on Instagram and they're friends.
Yeah.
I think they're hardly acquaintances.
Okay.
And and it also comes with a lot of validation which they seek all the time. Sorry, Gen Zs. Okay, it's maybe
Not just Gen
this is
Z,
my
yeah.
I
Got
think
it.
so. I'm overthinking right now. So I think I don't think so. Real friendship. If you have real, first of all, you can't have 1,000 friends. I don't think.
How
so.
many friends do you have right now?
I can sit under 10.
Under 10? The last time we met, you had 20 friends.
Yeah.
Oh, so you really like
You've had 10
distilled.
breakups?
So after a point of time, you only stick to those friends who either owe you money or can take money from.
Yeah. I think it makes sense. With age also, you change.
Yeah.
People change, circumstances change. And you can't have सब थोड़ी दोस्त बन सकता है. फिर दोस्त, the word term दोस्त का value ही चला गया. सभी दोस्त थे फिर तो यही होंगे ऐसे वाले. मेरे दोस्त ने मेरे मम्मी को मार दिया. दोस्त था ही नहीं वो. तेरे को पता ही नहीं.
Too dark. It's 12 in the afternoon.
I
How
mean,
do you decide if somebody has the potential to be your friend?
You can't, right? That's the thing that time tells you.
Time.
Whether this person is going to be in your life over the years in
Samay.
different situations. And some friends are like, you may not talk to them all the time, and you were really close at one point, say when you all went to school together, college together, or worked together on a project, and you all like became really tight. Then you all don't hear from each other for years.
Correct.
But then when you meet them, you pick up right where you left off and all that stuff, and it's such a real relationship. So those kind of friendships, I think, exist also, where you can have deep regard and admire somebody, and there's like a mutual understanding of respect.
But even though you're not talking regularly, you're
It's
still
fine.
like friends.
You are friends because I feel like that kind of friendship stays.
That's why you don't talk regularly.
We don't keep in touch.
Yeah, because we know that if the friendship has to continue, we should talk as less
as
possible.
less as possible.
Yeah.
Just send them.
Yes, then the green friendship, red breakups will happen. No, I don't relate to this. Sorry, Surbhi, but
No,
I think I have
that's fine.
friends, and I think there is a urge to call everyone your friend. It almost feels like if I call someone who I've worked with for a while, an acquaintance, it feels like I am, you're being insensitive. But I
Yeah.
think it's acquaintance is not a bad word. You can.
But like, hear me out. You meet someone, okay, at a party, and like randomly you're like, haha, we should be friends.
Correct.
That's not too bad. Like you said it, in that minute because you wanted to
Yeah.
establish some sense of like camaraderie. But like it's okay if you never text each other ever again. But you've said the word friend
Yeah.
without it meaning
I'm
anything.
100% guilty of this because
Yes.
I'll meet somebody and I'll get so excited by like how much we're vibing or what a like lovely person they are, whatever. I'll be like, I think we can be friends.
Yeah.
Like I do see that potential for us to be friends, but I'm also not gonna actively follow through and stuff. It's fine, and you can have
Yeah.
a very deep friendship, maybe that lasts the duration of 90 minutes at a party,
Yeah.
and you can share your whole life story and gain some deep insight from them also without them having to be your forever friend.
Correct.
Friends are also transient, like everything else in this life.
This fear of like losing a friend, is that supposed to be like, it's also kind of the thing that, I've invested so much time in this friendship. It's kind of like a relationship, right?
100%.
Like it's just because it's called friendship and it has like loose boundaries and you can like, you don't have to check in with each other every day, but it's still a relationship.
Correct.
100%.
That person going from your life will hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
of course.
And the older you get, the chances are higher
Oh, really?
because old age also is a factor.
All right.
It is a factor. This
Some
beyond
of your
you.
friends left you because of old age?
No, not yet. But it's like she said,
yeah.
friendship like any other thing is transient. I picked that up very
It's
early.
transient.
Yeah. So.
I mean, literally, when you're 80 and all, or 70, earlier also, people are dropping off like flies. My friends are dying is the very common thing at that age, no?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That
your
would
friends
suck.
die. Why?
Well,
It's life and death.
No, it would suck still.
Yeah.
Why would it not suck? But I don't think so. We mean friends when we say friends.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about what we mean, not what we say.
Okay.
And I think it's acceptable when I don't think so if the person you're talking to and you say that, you know what, we are vibing, we can be friends. That person says yes, but the person also knows. देखते हैं मतलब
correct.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
It's a
I think
but
there should
देखेंगे.
be like subcategories of friends, like in the Bikini Shoot song. Casual friends थे, फिर best friends हो गए, अच्छे friends थे, फिर love start हो गया.
That
You
is
know,
true.
I think casual friends is also a thing then maybe. If we are not putting the load of the word friend.
Yeah.
Why to make everything so loaded also?
Yeah. Do you guys have any friends who sort of are overly competitive with you?
But a stand-up comedy is a very lonely world. It's everyone for themselves, and you like it or not at some level. Your success, basically, say suppose a corporate gig is that both of us, they have to choose one. One of us will get it. I think it's something at least the people who are friends in the industry amongst themselves. मेरे साथ तो we have an understanding that this is how life is going to be. So it hopefully doesn't affect us so much. And the friendship actually the basis of friendship is this competition, right? That's how you become close with some people, and you don't be close with some people on the basis of, because if with some people it doesn't work.
How do you tell yourself and your brain that, okay, even though we're sort of competing for the same position, we can still be friends?
You have to be very secure about yourself.
Yeah.
And and in any relationship, I hope, and I think that's what all of us are striving for at some level. You can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
But that's crucial. Okay, I'm going to show you something that will show you the other side of friendship. Let's put this clip on.
It better be her birthday.
It's her birthday.
Thank God.
Is this from like My Sweet 16 or something? Because they are all teenagers. This is not adults behaving.
LJ, I knew. I think Bailey yelling at him, no kid wants to get yelled at, especially by another peer in front of everybody.
I want to go home.
The same person you met in the party, who you vibe with, or the bathroom buddy, if they do it, you will be like, fuck.
Fuck off.
Yeah, how dare you?
How dare you?
Absolutely.
What are you doing in my house?
Friends have the
I'm kinda
liberty to do
scared.
these silly things. No,
Correct.
but yeah, no. If you're a strict enough friend, like my friends would never.
Because they're scared of you.
Exactly. And थोड़ा डर बना के रखना चाहिए. तभी लोग आपकी boundaries को respect करते हैं.
Nice.
नहीं, मेरे friends नहीं respect करते boundaries को.
Tell me something. How if a friend is being obnoxious around you, do you confront them or do you
Yeah.
just?
क्या पका रहा है? क्या हो गया तेरे को? I think a true friend
That's
should ask that.
lovely. Yeah.
That's
क्या हो गया तेरे को? ठीक है तू? ये क्या कर रहा है? I think you should. If you don't do it at that point of time, then yeah.
And I think with female friendships, it's like we don't even need to
What the
ask.
fuck is this female friendship, male friendship? Friendship.
I'm
Don't go friendship.
so sorry, but it's just very different how women operate
The
in their
assumption,
friendships.
the assumption is when I said my friends, you guys have assumed that I have only boyfriends.
No, but you are the man in this whatever equation. No,
male perspective. That's why you're here, Rahul.
Okay, fine.
This is your.
I'm learning.
you don't even have to ask girls like क्या हो रहा है, क्या क्यों पका रहा है.
But honestly, okay. I have
Chances are she has only like first said, this has happened, that has happened, I'm pissed, like a list of things that is bothering her today.
Yeah, and it's true. Like they will explode. They won't even wait for you.
Yeah.
I have a
respect
question
that.
for both of you. Please answer it honestly. I personally feel like if there's a option to make friends with a woman and a man,
Yeah.
I would make friends with a woman because there's more emotional intelligence and I can relate to that person. And also, male friends do not have that much to give. Like,
Ha.
that's my personal opinion.
Fair.
What about you?
Ha is my personal reaction to that.
Bolo?
I completely disagree with this like characterization on the basis of gender because it's not true. Because it's not true, not because
do you
I have an
think-
opinion which is different. It's
I
not.
just haven't met a man who has the emotional capacity of like the same as the woman and like he can handle everything.
But do
without
you-
giving me advice immediately.
But do you have a friend who is 7'4" tall?
No.
You don't. But there are people who have that friend also. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not possible for everyone to have all kinds of friends. That does not mean those people cannot be real friends. It's just like that. You have not met a guy who could be that person.
100%.
It does for me. I find it easier to talk to chicks because I know they're going to get where I'm coming from. If I'm like talking to a new friend who's identifies as a man,
Yeah.
then many different layers you have to like explain, give
Correct.
context.
First, you have to establish that you're not looking to date. This is friendship. With that, I feel like
I
a
think
lot
they
of
only established with me that they are not looking to date. I'm looking, guys. You can date me.
Tell me about an instance where you had to dump a friend.
Dumped because first fight, really, I didn't speak to my friend for 10 days. 10 days, nahi, 2 months. I think we were in school. We were just out of we were in 11th and 12th, something like that. So I met my friend one day, and I was a big Harry Potter fan, and 5th book was just about to come. It's coming. The 5th book of Harry Potter. It's a long time back. Order of Phoenix. In which J.K. Rowling came and announced that one of the important characters will die. She said, okay, and everyone's been guessing who's it. And I'm like, I don't want to know. And so we were playing badminton, 4 of us, and my friend knew it. He was not even reading it, but he knew about it, so he didn't have anything to lose. He's like, मैं बता देगा. मैं बताएगा तो मैं मत बता, मेरे को मत बता please. मैं book लिया, मैं मत बता. So and खेलते he's like, मैं तेरे को बता देगा, and I'm like, stop it. मतलब मत बता, मैं seriously तेरे को बोल रहा हूँ. And then he just giggled when I said seriously, and then I was like, And then I was like, I just left the badminton court.
You just didn't play anymore.
The point is, because he giggled that seriously, and my mind worked fast, and I was like, and then I was like, okay, I'm not going to. I didn't speak to him. He said sorry so many
You
times.
didn't talk to him for 2 months.
No,
Is this
2
the
months I
same
didn't
friend?
speak. Yeah.
Did you finish the book
Yeah, I
in
did.
those 2 months?
Yeah, I did. Immediately, that day only I came back because now I know. I was like, I'm reading it with anger.
The real Potter fans we were like buying the book the day it released and read it by the next day before you heard spoilers at school.
Are you saying that it's okay to like dump a friend over something as small as a spoiler?
Oh, this one is yes.
Yeah?
It for me, like dump, at least not talk. I think this is sacrosanct. So if you want to have the fun of annoying your friend, then deal with not talking for 2 months. This one was. I don't think so. I'll behave that way right now.
Yeah, what do you do when you are friends with someone but they have different like lifestyle choices? Like again, like some friends, they want to party. They're
You stand on the side while they snort cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's an option.
The first time 11th standard New Year's Eve ka party where we had all pooled in 500 rupees each, and then we were going to go to one friend's house. We'd scored lots of daru and all the kids were going to get drunk at his house and then go to the actual party, which was at another classmate's house. Between this party and that party, I couldn't walk. I've like really been like transported to the next party and I'm weeping and throwing up. Ugly, bad. And my best friend arrives at that party, not having come to this because she doesn't drink. But we were bad, no naughty. She has come there and she's like shocked to see me like this. And she's pissed essentially because how could I have done this?
And you're pissed drunk.
I'm pissed drunk, correct. And then she bounced from that party. Both my other friends, they couldn't see me like that. They were like, Ritasha's fucked up. It's
What?
over. And they've left the party.
Okay, I'm going to show you a clip and you have to tell me what will you do if a friend breaks up with you like this.
Why?
For aimless chatting.
Not for aimless chatting, for
What a
good,
lovely movie.
normal chatting.
So we'll keep aimlessly chatting and my life will keep dwindling and in 12 years I'll die with nothing to show for it. Bar the chats I've had with a limited man, is that it?
I said not aimless chatting. I said good, normal chatting.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it.
Well, it wasn't me little donkey's shite, was it? It was me pony's shite, which shows how much you were listening.
None of it helps me, do you understand? None of it helps me.
Imagine you're in a situation where your really close friend is like, well, I'm wasting my time with you.
I would be so hurt, but it would also send me into a complete spiral of like questioning my own self-worth. Like everything I know about myself would be a big question mark then. Because if the person who's your closest friend tells you that I'm wasting my time with you.
And I relate to you and I relate to the pain of losing a really dear friend.
Oh no, I'm not crying because of that, but I do. I'm so sorry to hear
No,
that.
that's fine. I relate to the fact that, you know, you've spent so much time with a particular person, knowing them inside out, and you get all those inside jokes, and suddenly, well, they're a different person. Or for whatever reason, life changed. They have a better job, they're married or whatever. But it is hard. And I guess maybe we can take some closing advice on what to do if you're going through a breakup. And you're not the lucky one who has like had one friend who's lasted them their entire life. So,
Have you seen Dil Chahta Hai?
yeah.
Of course, you've seen Dil Chahta. No, I can't be sure anymore.
I've
But
seen Dil
you've seen Dil Chahta Hai, right? I think the whole Sid and Akash relationship is so. I think all of us can relate at some level.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's true.
And Akash had to come around at some point of time, right?
He had to get a haircut.
Yeah. Haircut. There are some people. Haircut
so
is
funny,
such a.
guys.
It's not very intuitive, but haircut has solved
huge.
many
It's huge.
friendship issues.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Sometimes you become good friends. You know, you're acquaintances, but then you cross the line to become friends. And sometimes the incident that makes it happen is also a very brutal incident. It's like when someone gives you a reality check.
Trauma bonding. Oh no, different kind.
Reality
Brutal.
check.
incident.
When I went to my B school again, I was like in that breakup phase. I was like, "Chhi, kaise ho gaya?" So I used to go to all parties, and the B school is amazing because Ghaziabad is it's like first time in your life you're adults, you have money also, and then no one is questioning you as to what you're doing. So I used to party every night किसी के तो room में, and every night party होगा, गाने बजेंगे. और हर गाने में कुछ ना कुछ कनेक्शन है तुम्हारे एक्स के साथ. ये गाना वो भी गाती थी, ये गाना उसने सुना था, ऑटो में ये गाना बजा था जब हम लोग तो. And I used to be like cry, always like sad and upset, and you know in a sense also seeking attention. So a lot of people will be like, especially the women, they'll be very sweet and they'll be nice. I understand, and so one day my friend, I'm going to take his name, Raghu, okay? I was having one of those moments. He just came, Macha, I want to tell you something, okay? If you want to fucking cry in every party, don't come to the party. Okay? If you don't want to cry, everyone has gone through a breakup. Everyone has some of the other song which is related. If you want to just come and cry, don't come. Don't spoil other people's mood, right? And I was like, the first time someone was just brutal. Okay, if you want to enjoy, you're welcome. Else, let's just meet in class.
Yeah.
Chances are you're I'm not going to say you're a shit person, but you must introspect. If, say, all your relationships are thriving, but only one friend is being a bitch, then your friend is a bitch. But if all your relationships are suffering, sorry, you are the problem.
Oh no.
You are. I mean, come on. Most of us are shitty humans many times of our lives. So fucking own up to that. Go do the work. Heal your shit. And don't show up as a fucked up person to any relationship. Like, yeah, you can have your moments where you're with your closest people and be like, I am an absolute flaming hot pile of poop right now. And they will handle it. But you have to show up for people and for yourself. And you can never show up for somebody if you don't show up for yourself. So please, that is my only advice. Sorry, you have to do the hard work. Yuck, get to know yourself. Yuck, solve your traumas. Yuck, deal with your family bullshit and your relationship dynamics. All this nonsense.
Yeah.
It's so much.
It's a lot. But you're right. You have to deal with it yourself. And if you have good friends, then they'll probably help you in the journey of, becoming a better person. Because
and to ask for help from whether it's friends or family. Like, people really struggle with that.
Like Roger Federer's friends.
Yeah.
He goes to them, बोले मेरा backhand थोड़ा weak है. Roger, तू ना चुतेगिरी करता है हमेशा, तू practice करना. And they're like, हाँ, cool. Nonsense.
All right. On that note, thank you so much for coming on this podcast, my two beautiful friends, Rahul and Rytasha. This was another episode of the Overthink Tank. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Bye. What's it like to be on our podcast?
I mean, we are honored.
I didn't sleep yesterday.
Yeah.
You didn't sleep yet.
I was just like too excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you going to bitch about me on the podcast, or?
I don't know what you.
We're talking about friendship.
Are you all friends?
We're really good friends.
Are we friends?
Rytasha, I thought we were friends.
I don't think we're friends, Surbhi. We're acquaintances at best.
I'm leaving.